Wow, it's absolutely amazing to be speaking with you today, all the way to Montreal. I don't think I've ever interviewed someone in Canada before, so this is new for me. And how are you? How is everything? Are you okay?
I'm okay. Everything it's good here so far, so good.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day today, so I'm looking forward to start my day exploring the weather outside and chilling with my little dog. So I can't
Yeah.
wait. But first, I have to. I'm so honored to have
Oh,
this conversation with you. It's such a pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
oh no, thank you so much. Honestly, I've had the honor of reading through your story that you sent us. And I know it's not hard to share your story, no matter what background you come from, no matter what experience, it's not hard. But thank you so much. You're an absolute hero for me.
Oh,
And,
thank you.
yeah, so it's actually quite hot here, so my dogs are inside, they're getting sleepy. So this is the perfect time before they start barking at the door. So yeah, so let's get into this.
Yeah.
So could you tell us a bit about your story, about your journey, and how you came here today?
Yes, actually, my journey. I'm old. I'm 37.
Oh
But
no.
I do look young a little bit with my day cream. Just joking. But actually, my journey started when I was maybe 5 or 6 year
Yeah,
old.
fantastic.
Yeah, and I was a young, very happy kid, troublemaker, but in a good way.
Yeah,
And when I was in maybe kindergarten, but it was the first year of elementary school.
yeah,
So here in Quebec, you do 7 years in elementary school, but the first year is your kindergarten. So
okay.
I love playing piano, soccer. I was a big fan of soccer.
Me too,
But
yeah.
I had this girl in my class, and every year she was always in the same class
Mm,
as I am, and she was always bullying. She was always on my back, and for no reason. So I never, until this day, I still don't know what was her problem with me, but that was my first um, taste of bullying. And I have a big brother. He's still my big brother, 6 years older than me. And I used to, when I come home, I used to tell him, look, I have this girl. She's always on my back. She's pushing me. She's mean. I don't know what to do. And, I don't have a big sister, but I have a big brother. And when we were young, we used to love watching wrestling until
yeah,
this day. I'm a big wrestling fan. So he said, you know what? Chill. Don't do nothing crazy at school, but let's play together. And, I will show you how to, if one day you have to use something, you have to use your physical.
yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't want to be that kind of person, but let's play wrestling. So my anger, I put it into my brother, poor him.
Oh,
We used to play wrestling, and until maybe I was 18. And then after that, it was a francophone. Here in Montreal, in Quebec, it's different kind of province. In Canada, we have province instead of territory.
yeah, yeah,
So it's francophone. So you have a part that speak English and a part that speak French. But in Quebec, it's like a mix. It's mixed, and people are the francophone are very proud of their language, and they have a lot of issue with the anglophone. Oh, it's weird. So during that time in the 80s, it was a big struggle, to be a francophone, to be black, and to be a young girl. So it was a struggle, but not maybe not as hard as your generation today, I think. Because the biggest struggle I had when I was younger is that I went to a school that the majority of the students are francophone, but they were black. So I got bullied by black kid like me, not by white kid. have my best friend is white, and she was always so nice to me. She didn't see the difference. But the black kids, oh, you don't have the same accent as ours. You don't like the same kind of music. And it was really hard to find, who I am, because for me, I don't understand. I'm black, I'm like them. But me, I have white friend, I have Italian friend, Portuguese, Lebanese, Greek. And I couldn't understand why I got bullied by people that look like me. So it did until maybe my high school. I did 2 years in a private school. Same mentality. I have one of my best friend is Syrian when I was in high school, and the other kids were black, and they were, for again a reason I don't understand, they were not that nice to me. They pulled my hair out because they thought it was a wig, because I have long hair, and no, it's my real hair. And they were being just mean.
Yeah.
And when you grow up, it's not easy.
No, yeah, because especially like when you're younger, you're like more likely to think, when I grow up, will I be judged more because of this? And like you take things more personally when you're younger, like especially what I did. And now I've kind of learned like it doesn't really matter what they say, but but at that time that doesn't really go through your head. And you're just like, why is this happening? What have I done? What have I done wrong? All of it is just a shame because you're such a happy person. I can see that now. Exciting person to speak with, and you're so energetic, and that's a good trait to have in someone. And yeah, it's just a shame that all these horrible things happen to you. But I suppose it's kind of weird because some people, race is a massive thing that can affect friendships, families, and so much more, and that's called racism when you're against the opposing race. And so it hasn't been, not enough's been done for it, but recently we're starting to do Black Lives Matter and All Lives Matter. It's starting to get better, but it's not where it should be. But there's also that side where race doesn't matter. You bully whoever you want, and you kind of think like, we should be together, we should be uniting, we should be friends, we should help each other succeed more and more. But no, that's not the case for some people. They pick out those tiny things. And I spoke about this a lot, and your story is also kind of brought it up a bit. Every story is where someone's been picked on or bullied. It's normally that the person that's doing the bullying has received comments or has been bullied in their lives, and it's no like they're kind of transferring all of that like horrible stuff that's been brought onto them to someone else. That is a wrong way of dealing with it, but like most of us, everyone in this world has received at least one comment or has been bullied in their lives, and it's seen as a normal thing. And that's wrong. It totally is. People say that it makes you stronger. It's a good experience in life. And in some ways, yeah, it has made me stronger, many people, but it still shouldn't happen to anybody. And, yeah, and especially your story is a prime example, and I'm sure many people can relate to you, and that's why you're such a great role model for people. Because like when you can relate to someone like I am with you, it really builds new friendships and that. And bullying all in all is a horrible thing, and especially from people you feel like should be your friends, should be helping you. Exactly. So yeah, and it's always going to stay with you. You're always going to remember those horrible comments. And yeah, exactly. But
I remember when I will share with you something that I told my mom and maybe my dad a few years ago, maybe less than 4 years, when I was my secondary too. So this is high school, the second year of your high school, when I was in private school. Uh, I was so depressed. I was suicidal. Really, it get to that point of, because you're growing up and you think, is it going to be like this for the rest of my life?
exactly.
Because in elementary school, it was only one girl. And after that, I made friends. I have an imaginary friend like everyone else. I have friends, and I was playing sports. So sport kind of saved me in a way.
Yeah.
But the worst part of my bullying was during high school, the first 2 years.
Mm.
So then I did the unthinkable. I was working as a babysitter, so I
Yeah.
saved some money, and I changed school, but I didn't tell my parents. Oh. And for us, private school is like you will get the best education. We paying this money, and you get the best education everywhere.
Mm.
You have
As
good.
long as you like try your best, you persevere, you get the best education.
Exactly. So me, I was like, okay, I will do something that I will get. Maybe my parents will be so mad, but it will save my life. And actually, it did. So I registered. I went to the public high school of our neighborhood. And at the time, this public high school was a little bit dangerous. Ooh, I have to play with fire. And I saw the like not a teacher, but someone that do the application with you.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he said, okay, you will bring the papers so your parents will sign. And I was like, okay, good. For all summer long, I tried to imitate my mom's signature. So I went to the park next to the school, and okay, I did my mom's signature. And the next day I came back and I said, oh, look, my parents do agree. I can register to your school. Here, my transcript, and here the money for the books. And it was maybe a week before the school
Yeah.
will. And he said, okay, all right then, welcome to your new school. Yay. I was like, oh, I'm free, I'm free. Then I didn't tell my parents 24 hours before what I did, but I did told them 24 hours after. Oh Lord, they were like, girl. And Greek, my parents are Greek descent,
Wow.
both of them. And they were like, young lady, sit down. Yes, I am already sit, so that's good. What did you do? Why did you do it? And I lied to them. I said, private school costs a lot of money. We're a middle class family. Maybe it will be better if I go to this school. It will be closer from home. I didn't tell them about the bullying because for me, will they believe me?
Mm.
I think so, but at the time I wasn't sure. And I didn't want to, worry them. So I said, I just did that to make sure everything will be okay with you guys. It costs a lot of money. I will be closer from home. And I told them maybe 4 years ago, Mom, Dad, I was very suicidal. Look what happened. And they were in shock. And that was maybe 25 years ago. 25 or, yeah, 25
Mm.
years ago. Oh my God. It's a long time, but it seems so
Yeah, no, it seems like yesterday.
yesterday. And I still get the nightmares
Mm.
until now about the bullying, but worse.
Mm.
Today, I believe that, if I didn't change school, I don't know if I would still be here talking to you. Because when you're a teenager, you don't have the tool to, okay, can I talk to someone? Back in the days, it wasn't really, we should speak about bullying at all. It wasn't at all a conversation, but now it is. So
Yeah.
I do applaud you, Nick, for doing
No.
fighting the good fight about it.
Oh, thank you. Because do you know what I find most with bullying victims who are being bullied, they get so good at hiding it. And as you said, your parents were so shocked when they found out only 4 years ago, when it happened so long ago. And exactly, there were a few things that I found interesting, but one of them was you're saying, because I felt suicidal as well, and I'm far from that now, but I did, and it was a low point in my life. and I ended up moving schools just like you. But
Mm.
an interesting thing that I found was that you said sports was something that really kept you going as well. The thing that for me was art, and art really was like kind of therapeutic. I could really express my voice, so I kind of just had a pen and paper, just drew whatever I liked. It wasn't the best, but it was my best, and I enjoyed doing it. And yeah, now it's really just helped me, and it's always going to be a part of my life, and I'm always gonna, you know, be hurt by all the bullying that I received. But all in all, um, I wouldn't change my story. I don't look down on myself. I always think of how I can prevail, how I can get better at doing something, how I can get stronger from this point. And that's exactly what you've done throughout your life. And I thank you so much for that. And this is kind of leading on to my second question, is you've made a platform yourself, the Chronicle blog, and that just does so much about, I know that you're a big sports fan, and that sports has been a massive part of your journey, and you are getting recognition from so many different foundations, like the Invictus Games, and it's just absolute phenomenal. But could you explain a bit more about what the Chronicle blog does? And could you explain what's the next step for your platform?
Yeah, the Chronicle blog is my second baby. My first baby is Billy Whiskey, my little dog. So the Chronicle, actually, I think the Chronicle always existed in my mind.
Mm,
Even during that time when I was a teenager.
yeah.
Oh, maybe one day I could create something that will bring different generation, talking about pop culture, music, sport, human rights. And so the Chronicle is like a little mix of, I don't know if you remember the MTV channel. It was
Yeah,
it's
it's
been a
music.
while. It's like a music
Yeah,
channel,
yeah.
and you have different television show. But when I was your age, it was mostly music, and bringing a little bit of MTV, of CNN, but more like the show of Anthony Bourdain, Part Unknown,
Yeah.
and ESPN. So trying to create this media of, let's talk about everything and nothing with humor, kindness, sorry, but especially with knowledge. So
Mm,
bringing different perspective with a really laid back attitude, like being really relaxed, cool, but we are smart, but
yeah.
cool, funny. So the Chronicle actually was that, and I started maybe 5 years ago. I did the Chronicle, but I didn't publish it. I didn't put it online.
Mm,
I don't know why. Maybe I was a little bit insecure. And 3 years ago, my husband got sick. He had a cancer, throat cancer.
mm,
And during his treatment, I was like, okay, I need to do something. You know what? Put it online. You have nothing to lose. I'm not doing it to have 1,000 million of people following me. Do it, and maybe someone like you is struggling with the stress of someone to take care of someone that is sick. So put it and see what will happen. So I put it like maybe January the 4th. And every day I was writing like everything that was in my head. And my mom kept telling me, "Oh, Sabine, you remember when you were little? You have all of those journal you were writing." Yes, I kept that all. I kept all your journal. Really? And my drawing? Oh no, you were not that good. Oh, mom, thank you. So she said, and then it clicked. Okay, I can be good at it. Let's try it. So every day during his treatment and the struggle, I was writing everything and anything.
fantastic.
Sport, music. And then, oh, I have 20 people following me. Okay, it's not that much, but still, it's 20
Yeah.
people that. So I keep pushing it. I was writing about LeBron James too. I don't know, The Simpsons. And then I got my first media accreditation from the FIA for covering the Formula E in Montreal. And that was when, boom, things changed for the better. So I'm a big Formula One and now Formula E fan. So I met Nico Prost, the son of Alain Prost.
Wow.
Yeah, oh, that was so cool. I will send you the interview. It was a
Yeah,
quick one.
definitely.
And Jean-Éric Verne, and I was like, when you're in this big media tent,
Mm,
and you see, oh, I have someone from Fox Sport, not Fox News, or the BBC next to you, or from Japan. And I was like, oh my God, I'm living the dream. And from that moment, things got forward. We moved forward and we went to Summit, one of the biggest tech conference in the world. And then we collaborated with the North America version in Canada. And I have the pleasure in Lisbon. It was my second time I went to Lisbon, but this time I went alone.
mm.
So I was like, oh yes, I'm free. I'm a free woman. And during the conference, I walked and I met Alexi Ohanian, Serena Williams' husband, you on CNN. And there were a bunch of people in front of me, like, oh my God, this is Alexi Ohanian. And me, I was like, trying to be cool. Oh yeah, I follow you on Twitter. And then at the end, he was leaving, and I just said, I just took a picture. Do you want me to retweet your picture? He said, yeah, but in my mind, okay, you will see it and nothing will happen. Maybe 5 minutes after that, I was walking, I don't know where, and I posted the picture on Twitter. He saw it, he retweeted, and my Twitter account was like alive. Usually it's like silence. So then I hear ding, 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 ding. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. So during this conference, you meet so many people. And then again, the blog keep growing from its audience. And after that, I have a collaboration with Invictus Game. I was supposed to go this year, but with the COVID-19, everyone is stuck home. But it will be for next year. So I'm covering the Invictus Game, Central Valley, and having those privileges to
Yeah,
collaborate with
that's
those
absolutely,
people is
that's
fantastic.
amazing. And I've only got one thing to say, and that is I'm absolutely so proud of you, what you've achieved. You've had it from the ground up, You've taken your story and your love of sport and you've made it into something absolutely massive, and you've shared it with so many people, and it brings a smile to my face. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, thank you so
And if
much.
you want to collaborate with me on the Chronicle, let
100%.
me know because I'm looking forward for young people to
Yeah,
collaborate, to talk about your passion,
yeah,
everything and anything. So let me
yeah,
know.
100%. And now this question is a bit more quicker, but what is a quote that you live by every single day of your life, or that you try to live by?
Uh, I was born as a premature baby, so I don't think this quote was in my mind back then. But from a young age, fight the good fight.
Yeah,
Keep fighting the good fight, no matter what.
try to do your
Don't
best.
become bitter
Mm,
because you have scars or you're scared. No, keep fighting the good fight. Be fair, but keep fighting the good fight. That's my motto every day.
Yeah, 100%. You've always got to try and do things for the better, because as far as we know, we have this one life and we have to live it to our fullest. We have to grow from that. We have to help each other. And we have to try and reach to the best we can. And
Yeah.
that's 100% an amazing quote to live by. So yeah, that was actually an amazing answer. But this question might need some time to think about it. But What do you think the biggest problem the world is facing today?
We have so many. I think instead of moving forward, we keep moving backward.
Yeah,
Come racism. Racism is still around
I
in
you know,
2020.
I know.
How come bullying is still around? It's like we should learn from history to not repeat the same mistake again. But I was, January 1st, I was a little bit optimistic about this year.
Mm,
January 26th, I wasn't that sure. And now I'm, I don't know. But again, where I am a little bit, I have a little bit of hope. It's seeing people like you
thank you.
staying optimistic, staying positive about, you know what, it's hard. It's our generation right now that will keep fighting the good fight in a way, and we see it, and you know what, we'll change it.
Yeah.
We'll make
But
a better job than the generation before. So that's give me a little bit of hope.
yeah, and exactly what you said, this world is trying to go forward, but somehow we're just going back. And 2020 is meant to be a new decade, something new. We have to start new things, new projects, and it's probably the worst year ever. And right now it's the worst thing ever. I think seeing people suffer around you, it really brings you down. It demotivates you. It's just depressing, and that really doesn't help on what already is a damaged world. And and now we are trying to do things to make it better by going on these protests, speaking online, doing more things like this, interviewing people. And I don't want to really like promote myself too much, but I think we need more people who are advocates who fight for a cause. We need more fighters just like you are, because you're a fighter, and we're all survivors. And yeah, it's a massive setback we have to try and go forward from. 100%.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
we
And
need to.
yeah, we need to, and you have to fight the good fights. That's exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've talked about your story. We've talked about your platform that you've rose from the ground up. We've talked about the quotes that you live by. We've talked about the problems that we're facing today. But what if there's a person who might be going through bullying or domestic or anything that could demotivate them or make them depressed, make them sad, make them feel less of themselves? What is your message to that person, or what sadly is the majority of people?
My message will be, you're a ray of sunshine, even in the most cloudy day.
Yeah,
Even if you think people don't see you, don't feel you, you're a ray of sunshine. And now the difference between you, when I say you, this person, is and me when I was younger, is that there are so many platforms. There are so many people going forward for helping, for being, you know what? You think you don't have friends? I'm your friends. When I think about it, I think about Prince Harry, uh, Meghan Markle, people like George Clooney,
yeah,
Anna Clooney, her sister Tala, and you, and so many, LeBron James, so many people are there. They were bullied when they were young. They were like maybe uh, marginalized by people, or but right now they're saying, you know what, we are here, we
yeah,
hear you. We don't think because you're not a celebrity or sportsman or an athlete, you're nothing. Everyone is something, and this a real sunshine, we need it.
yeah.
And this is when I was young, I didn't have the platform, but now today I can contribute to this platform and to have open heart, open mind, to welcome. You know what? If you want to talk about it, if you want to talk about your passion, give me an email. Send me an email. It will make me so happy because you will be my ray of sunshine.
Yeah, because there are so many people out there that think it's too late to stand out, too late to spread their story, but it's never too late. You can always be that person that you've ever dreamed of being. You can always dream further than what you already have achieved. You can always be that rain of sunshine. You can help other people and be there to support someone. Because there was a song that I really liked, and it's called "Lean on Me," and by Bill Withers, and that's a nice song because it says, I'll help you, and then when I need help, then you'll help me, and it's kind of this circle. And as you said, this world is going back, and bullying and all these horrible things, racism and prejudice. It's just horrible, and it's a misuse of power, definitely. And we have to try and be there for each other. We have to try and help each other, and that's definitely something that I strongly stand by, and so do you as well. And this has been an amazing interview, and you've absolutely you've actually been that sunshine, that light on so many people who are watching this. And again, it's phenomenal. I know time is precious, especially now, and it's just great to be speaking to you. All
Yes. Next time, let's speak about sport, football.
yeah, yeah. Also, one more question: what team do you support? What football team do you support?
Since '96, Manchester United for life. And
Yeah,
my brother is like for Arsenal, and my father is for Liverpool. So we're like,
yeah, yeah.
you
I'm a Tottenham fan myself.
oh, really?
One of them. Yeah, you know.
Oh, I can't wait the next conversation.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually been amazing today. You've brought a smile onto me and many others. So thank you.